Warning, this program typically features strong language, sexual innuendo, politically incorrect commentary, and real stories from the road. Viewer discretion is advised. After visiting and subsequently deciding against renting the yurt-like cabins in Chattanooga, we decided to head east to Johnson City and stay with family for a little while. There, we would start the first phase of our build on our 4runner and begin planning where we wanted to head to next. All right, y'all, huge day ahead of us. Are you excited?
So excited.
She's really not excited at all, to be honest. But I'm excited. Why is it a big day, Jessica? I'll tell you why it's a big day. Because today is the first day of the build on our new 4runner. And we are gonna start that build off with putting Clear Bra Xpel Paint Protection Film on every surface of the vehicle except for the roof. But before we get started with that, we actually have to go to Walmart and pick up a few supplies. We need soap, we need alcohol, and we need a table. I think that's it. So we're gonna go grab those things, and then we'll get started.
Like a little baby.
So the reason that we want to put paint protection film on our new 4runner is, one, because it's new. And we want to be able to take this vehicle off-road and take it through brush and take it in a number of different areas. And I don't want to have to worry every time that we are off-road that we're scratching this brand new paint job on the vehicle. Plus, because it's black, any scratch is going to show up even more on this vehicle than it would on, say, like a silver car or a white car. So the more scratches that this gets, the more dull it gets and the more garbage it looks. So I don't want that to happen. Jessica doesn't want that to happen. And that was kind of a big concern that we had with getting a totally murdered out vehicle. So we figured, all right, well, the way that we can solve that is let's put the Xpel Ultimate Paint Protection Film on the entire vehicle. And that will protect it from brush, from rock chips, from bugs ruining the paint job. And if we were to ever sell this in the future, we can just peel that stuff off and you'll have a brand new paint job still underneath that paint protection film. Key to this entire process, I mean, this is like one of the most important things, besides having an absolutely immaculate and clean environment, is to wash the vehicle. And then once we've washed it and we're satisfied with how clean the vehicle is, we're gonna clay all of the paint. Jessica's gonna explain to you what clay does and how awesome that stuff is.
So this is a clay bar. And if you can imagine that the paint surface is like your skin has pores in it, and your pores can get stuff kind of clogged. The same thing can happen on cars' paint. So what we do is we wash it really well to make sure all the surface dirt is off so that we can have an opportunity to use the clay bar to clean out the gunk from the pores in the paint. So just imagine this, ladies, as a Biore pore strip that you put on your nose, you pull it off, and it's got all that stuff from your pores in there. Same thing happens here with the clay bar. And if you could be here to touch it, the part that we've clayed feels like smooth as glass, and then the parts that you haven't, especially if your car's a little older, it actually feels rough to the touch. So you can actually feel the difference as you're working the clay bar. across the paint. And the reason that we're doing this, particularly now before we do the paint protection film, is because we want to remove all the contaminants from the paint before sealing it all in. Because you don't want to seal it under there, because we're hoping to keep this paint protection film on for quite some time.
If you haven't used clay when detailing your vehicle, that is a key component to any good wash and wax job. So we're gonna wash the vehicle, we're gonna make sure it's super clean, and then we're gonna clay it. Once we're done claying it, we're gonna blow it all off with some air to get out any dust that might be left in the cracks and crevices, and then we're gonna pull it into the garage and get started.
It's about to go down. Gotta put on my apron. Man, this takes me back. It has been, man, what year was that, Jessica? That was like 2007, right? Like, so it's been 10 years since I've done this, since I've put on one of these clear bras, and since I've worn one of these. This is something I did every day for a few years. And I actually kind of enjoyed it. I'll be honest, there were a lot of things about the industry itself that I didn't enjoy, but the process and the work itself, I always found really satisfying.
Alright guys, the hood has been installed. I did a piss poor job, but Jessica has been gently stroking the nape of my neck and telling me, "It's okay, darling, it's your first time in 10 years. It looks crappy, but whatever, the show goes on.
This little piece right here turned out really well. I mean, it just laid down perfectly. You can't even see the edges up here.
Alright, it's like 11:10 or something at night, and we've managed to do the whole hood and both fenders. Had a huge day, got a lot of stuff done. I'm really not happy with how the hood came out, but the fenders and the fender flares, or whatever they're called, came out really nice. So did the mirrors. Tomorrow we're doing the bumper, and then gonna start covering the entire passenger side. See you tomorrow, girlfriend. Have a good night. Oh, good morning, beautiful. You ready for today? Alright, well, this is the film for the bumper. The bumper is very, very hard to do. There's just a lot of curves here, you know, like this is really hard to do, like get the film to lay down in there. This is gonna be a tough one.
Protection film install is well underway. Jorge's over here finishing up with the front end, and the next thing we have to do is prep these side panels for the door, the front and the rear doors. And for that we have to take the door panels off so that we can access removing these door handles, which sucks, but it'll be a much cleaner install and hopefully easier too. And our brother-in-law Brian here is helping us out with that. So Brian's been over here following step-by-step instructions we found online for removing door panels. Thanks, Brian.
Then
Day 2. Oh my God, you guys, I'm exhausted. What a day. We got the bumper finished. This was a bear. This was so friggin' hard. I'm like slurring because I'm so exhausted. We got the bumper done. This and this side of the bumper. We got the wrong kit, so we weren't able to cover this, but we're gonna order that and get that in. We got that done. All right. And then this whole panel is covered in clear bra. There are almost no seams. We were able to wrap the clear bra back behind the door. So it's all covered. I mean, it looks really spectacular. See how I'm massaging the car? All right, so we got that covered, and then we did this door. I thought this door was gonna be easy. This door was incredibly hard because it has this thing built into it, the wheel arch. So this looks like a hack job. I mean, seriously, looks like a hack job. We got the TRD off-road decals or whatever it's called taken off, and so tomorrow we're gonna cover with one piece the whole A-pillar back. And then we're gonna pull the film down and cover here. That's tomorrow. So that's it. Girlfriend, we'll see you tomorrow. Day 3 of paint protection installation on the new 4runner. My fingertips are on fire from all that pressing and like stretching and picking my nose. It's brutal. Let's get started. It took us another 12 hours that day, and then 6 hours the next, to complete the full install of paint protection film. And even though it wasn't my best work, it actually turned out remarkably nice. The more I did it, the more I remembered all the little tricks and techniques I'd learned from back when I used to do this to about 20 cars a month. Feeling good about our progress on the 4runner, I then turned my attention to critiquing my niece's pumpkin carving. Check it out, y'all. It's Halloween time, and my niece inadvertently did the Wu-Tang logo in her jack-o'-lantern. Look up the Wu-Tang Clan logo. I'm telling you, you're gonna see it. W-U-T-A-N-G logo.
What is Wu-Tang? Is it a rapper?
It's a rap group. See? Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with. See? Wu-Tang. That pumpkin's name, Jessica, is the Pizza. After 4 12-hour days in a row of installing the Xpel film, we were both pretty beat. But we still had another task ahead of us. Some of our best friends were preparing to hit the road full time, and we wanted to surprise them under the cover of dark. So, we pointed our 4runner south and settled in for a 5-hour drive to Atlanta, where we hoped to sneak up on our pals and maybe, just maybe, hit the road together westward. We'll pick up here next time. Until then, live free and drive hard. Me and you and you and me, we've been working together for 3 whole days. I'm so tired of putting this shit on the car. I can't stand you looking at me like this for all my life. I wish I had just paid somebody to do this whole job. That's it, that's all I got.
Well, that's it for this one, fellas. Remember to hit that like button, leave us a comment if you feel so led, and check out our Patreon. The link is in the description below. And we'll see you all real soon.